So, Black Panther Wakanda Forever has come out, and from my understanding, it is confirmed that Doctor Doom, who was supposed to be in the film, uh, who was supposed to be the main big bad controlling everything, is not in the film. That his scenes were actually cut. Um, there is no post-credit scene. Everything that people has been posting, uh, whether it be his voice, whether it be a scene in Liberia where he's actually in a crate of some kind, is fake. Um, that he's not going to be in the movie. That he was in the movie, but um, his scenes were actually cut from the film. And I'm actually very glad that this has happened. Um, Gotta say, um, as far as this phase is concerned, this is probably the best decision that you know the MCU execs have made during this phase. Um, yeah, it's actually a blessing rather than a curse. Although yes, the Fantastic Four curse, as it has been named for a long, long time, is still in effect. The fact that the Fantastic Four isn't going to be in the MCU um, for a little bit longer. Um, I could get into the other curses. Of course, the sales of the Fantastic Four back in the '60s wasn't selling. Um, so it got revamped in the '90s, and then revamped in the '80s and '90s, and you know, um, but then the sales were dropping there as well. And then there was a time back in the 2000s um, when honestly Marvel was done with the Fantastic Four, altogether. And then it got revamped again. And but then there's like the whole Ultimate Universe stuff, which Ultimate Fantastic Four by Mark Miller is by far secondary to Kirby's run, but by far the best run of the Fantastic Four. I do like the '90s, the '80s, '90s, weirdness of Fantastic Four. Um, the '80s movie came out by Richard Corman, didn't make anything in the box office. Um, the 2000s movies came and went. The first one was really good. This Rise of the Silver Surfer was a drop. Was a box office bomb. Although, I kind of will watch Rise of the Silver Surfer because why the fuck not? And yes, Galactus was a fucking cloud, yes, but I gotta say, in the comics, Galactus does take um, different forms to different people. And from when he goes to different planets, he takes different forms. So he can be seen one way and seen another. He's not a giant guy in a purple um, and blue suit. You know, all everywhere. Um, but of course, in the very first actual appearance of Galactus, he actually, you know, wasn't a huge guy. He was actually in a ship, and he had a machine to, suck up the planet's essence. But he was still in his original suit. But then Fan Four Stick happened, and Fan Four Stick was a bomb, and you know the whole Josh Trank or Tank or whatever, Josh Tank interference. Fox interfered with his vision, and it just became just like this very bad movie. Um, I still stand by my I still stand by my opinion on Fan Four Stick, as being probably the worst goddamn. Uh, well, I was gonna say Marvel movie, but not really. During that time, it was, but and during that time, it was the worst Marvel property. But now it's like there's way more than that. But it is, I will say, the worst Fantastic Four movie out there. Doctor Doom was garbage. Um, he was this little hacker nerd, and the whole Doctor look at Doctor Doom, you know, drop line was ridiculous. Um, I love the guy that did the Doctor Doom in the 2000s movie. He had that arrogance, but he wasn't. No, he wasn't from Latveria. He was kind of like the Ultimate Fantastic Four, where during that time, Doom was actually one of the people from the shuttle, with the original team. Um, Snuggler, hello. Truly Talk, hello. Brooklyn, hello. Sorry, I was ranting there. How are you guys? Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you commenting. I really do. And I appreciate you subscribing. Um, I read a comment. I read a comment on Facebook. I posted about this. I dropped that little meme where Captain America, that Captain America meme. Uh, and this guy was like, well, Doctor Doom has, you know, been fucked up enough. But in all honesty, I haven't watched. Supposedly, I haven't watched the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. I really would like to because I'm a real big, huge fan of Roger Corman, um, and all of his movies and all of his, effects. I love Roger Corman. Um, and as far as I can tell, that pretty much looks like an accurate Doom, just like the Fantastic Four suits. They look like the ones from the 60s and, kind of like the 70s and it bled through the 80s. Um, but as far as MCU Doom, I'm kind of glad that he didn't show up here. Maybe he would have been overshadowing, Namor. Um, you know, um, but it's more to the fact that this phase has really fucked up so many characters, so many characters. Um, the Wrecking Crew, just a bunch of fucking hobos now. They fucked up Daredevil with that Walk of Shame bullshit. They fucked up She-Hulk and made her a whore and a drunk, a slut. Sorry, but that's how she's portrayed in the series, and a hypocrite as well. Um, you know, They fucked up Wong. Now Wong's a fucking criminal now. They fucked up Abomination. Abomination in the Incredible Hulk movie was literally someone to be feared. He hated Hulk for reasons, and that he was basically a replacement from Talbot, General Talbot, um, who was a general from the Hulk comics, who actually hates Hulk, um, because deems him a menace, and he hates all superheroes. But he was actually shown in he's actually in the Ang Lee Hulk, and he dies via explosion. I forget how. I think Hulk like hits a grenade back to him. I don't fucking remember. It's been a while since I watched Ang Lee's Hulk, and I watched that in theaters. I kind of liked it, though it wasn't fucking accurate, but cinematically it was beautiful. Um, the shots were amazing too. Though looking now, yeah, the CGI there can really be better. But anyway, I'm not going to go on another rant there. But anyway, um, and in She-Hulk, he's just like this peace-loving guy. He's a weak, like they made all of the male characters villains, especially if they're male, weak. You know, um, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that to Doom, because you know, Doom has a really good fan base. Doctor Doom has a really huge fan base. Everyone knows Doctor Doom. He's arrogant. He thinks his self worth is higher than anyone else. He refers to himself as Doom, in the third person, because that's how arrogant he is. Um, you know, he hates the Fantastic Four. Um, and actually, in the Ultimate Universe, he was actually in school with. It kind of cool because in the Ultimate Universe they kind of tied in where uh, Hank Pym, Hank Pym, Tony, not Thor, Tony, Iron Man, Reed Richards, I think Bruce Banner, maybe, Ben Graham, Reed Richards, and Victor Von Dam in that one. Are in high school together, and it wasn't actually a shuttle. It was actually, I forget. It was actually lab experiment, I believe, and that scarred Doom. But anyway, you know, it's pretty simple to fuck up Doom. You know, apparently, you know, Doom is this, like I said, arrogant guy, ruler of Latveria, born of gypsies. His family died. I forget how. His mother died. He rules Latveria, and he creates like this armor, and like made by these monks, these Latverian monks, or some kind of monks. I forget. I don't think they're from Latveria. I don't know. I don't. I don't remember. But like, anyway, he makes this suit, and then they make this mask, and they tell him that the mask needs to cool, and he puts the mask on his face, and the mask scars his face. And this is from the original run, the original Kirby run. Scars Doom's face, and that that makes Doom resentful and angry to the world, because of his face is now scarred, and he has vanity amongst the world, and he wants to, he wants to, be a villain, but also wants to rule Latveria, you know, as as their ruler, as their king, as and he wants the Latvian people, wants best for the Latvian people. Um, you know, and there you go. It's easy as that. But of course, there we already got a little snippet of Doom and Mom, Multiverse of Madness, um, where Reed Richards gets teleported, you know, into the Illuminati headquarters, um, when Doctor Strange is captured by shit by shit, I forget his name. Baron Mordo, and is taken to Illuminati. That teleportation device is actually used. That was one of Doctor Doom's teleportation device. Of course, that's you know a, from a different universe, so therefore it's a different Doom. But it was a good nod there. So my theory in all of this is that we're probably going to have to wait for Doom to show up in Fantastic Four now. However long that's going to be, because, like I said, it was canceled again. It was actually canceled like a couple months ago or a year ago. But yeah, I'm kind of glad. Like I said, I'm kind of glad that they didn't bring him in, because I don't really want, but I know they're going to. I don't really want them to fuck up Doom, but I know they're going to. They're going to, you know. And Doom is a great character, He's been through so much shit, you know, from Secret Wars to, him dying in like the Ultimate Fantastic Four, and then coming back with mystical powers from hell. That's from the Ultimate Universe. Uh, him being defeated and killed multiple times by the Fantastic Four. He's fought Spider-Man. He's fought, you know, well, I think he just fought Spider-Man and Fantastic Four and other characters, Then he fought everybody else, during Secret Wars, the first Secret Wars. And then the Secret Wars 2 came, and it's just like, you know, he got Silver Surfer's powers again, whatever. But anyway, now the second Secret Wars was okay. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that that we're spared from an MCU'd Doom for now. But it's not gonna be soon till Doom comes in the MCU. It's just prolonging the inevitable. But yeah, and I kind of had some like theories about how they're gonna fuck up Doom. Like, it's either gonna be a Wakandan, or Latveria is not gonna be a thing. I mean, Atlantis isn't a fucking thing now, and Namor isn't Namor from the comics, so you know, uh, I doubt they're going to use Latveria. This phase, and I feel this phase is just in name only. Like I said, um, they use characters and they're like in name only. It's not the characters that you know from the comics and you grew up with. It's not like the earlier phases where everyone had the same costumes as the comics. Everyone had pretty much counterparts of the comics. Like the first couple phases were basically a mix of the 616 comics and the Ultimate Universe. Um, it's not like that now. It's in name only now. You know. But I'm glad Doom is spared. I'm glad Doom is spared for now. But for how long? For how long? I have no idea. But yeah, as I said, Snuggler, Snugster 101, Truly's Talk, and Brooklyn Chick appear. Thank you for coming in, and I appreciate you commenting. And don't forget to like and hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe and share me out if you can. Um, this has been the Crimson Ghost, and I'll see you guys later. And Cole Watts, thank you for coming in as well at the end there. Appreciate it. Doom is coming. And sadly, I am regretting it.